Hey guys, and welcome back to the Unfiltered Gamer Board Game Spotlight. Today's game on the tabletop is called Incantris. Today I am here with Ashley, and we're going to be discussing the mechanics of Incantris as well as a little review of the game. Well, the first thing I want to talk about is that it is 2 to 4 players, or 1 to 4 players actually. You can play single player variant, with tons of different game modes. So you're going to select the boards, which are all these different wooden tile, these little pieces of tile here, and you can place these pretty much in any fashion that you want. And you're going to create, for depending on how many players it is, how big the board is going to be. And you have some leniency as to where you want to put the stuff. And how do you put the stuff on the board? You just select whatever you want?
Yeah. It's as long as it's inside of the hex.
So as long as you have it inside the hex in any place, you can actually select that. And they all do things. Like some of them block movement, other of them block line of sight. And then you have other stuff that is like player abilities and stuff like that. After that, you get your select your color, and there's 3 different characters for each of the colors. You get a bunch of tokens, and depending on the game mode, there's additional tokens, as well as the 5 dice included, and a bunch of little things that you put on the board that represent player abilities. Like I think these are like Furno in fire, and this is like a spell space. So yeah, how do you begin a turn?
So on your turn, you're actually going to choose a character, and each character has their own special character board. At the bottom, you can see that there's a hex with a number in it, and that's your total movement. You can move up to that. You don't have to move the total, but you can move up to it. And you start at the top at whatever the number is on the side, and that's your health. There are also abilities. So this one has Gloom Strike, Bane, Fog Wall, and Shadow Dance. At each side of the ability, it tells you how many die that you need to go ahead and execute that ability, and then up to how many hexes you can do that with. So with Gloom Strike, you can use 2 die, and whatever you roll the die with, you have a +1. So if you were to only roll the purple, which is the defense, you would still get +1 because it says +1 on there.
Yeah, on the dice, there's 2 different sides. You've got the purple defense, and then you've got the green ones, which are your offensive abilities. So 2d +1 is you roll 2 of these die. If you get 2 green, you add that 1, and that gives you 3. However, if you get 2 purple, that's 0. But you still get that +1, which is really cool. And I like how you can set the board up in certain different ways. And also, there's different styles of play, like we talked about before. Some of them make the board move throughout the game, which is one of the games we specifically played, where the board's moving after every certain amount of rounds. We also have ones that involve getting crystals, as well as just a straight-up death match. And all the characters do different things. Even if there's multiple sorcerers, they all have different abilities, right? Yeah. In fact, here's what's one ability for this one right here?
That one is actually...
Right here, right?
Yeah.
Guardian Hydra?
Yeah. It's a Guardian Hydra, and that says place a Hydra, which is this, on the board, so you have to place it in a hex. On subsequent turns, the Hydra may cast flame darts but rolls 2d +1.
So it's its own base, it's its own character every turn, and as long as you're within range, whatever that might be, I think flame darts is for 8, and you simply count the hexes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and if it's close enough, you roll the die, get your +1, and that would give me 2 damage to him, and you would simply subtract, and it has this little board here and this little thing that moves up and down that represents how much health you have. When you go to 0, you lose a character. And after you use every single one of your characters, you have these little player tokens that represent the characters. You flip them over so they're on their blank side. And after all 3 of them have been used, you refresh them and you can use any of them that you want. But if everything is blocked out except for 1 character, that is the 1 character you can use. And you can use any of the abilities you want, and they all do different things. Sometimes they actually give debuffs to characters, other times they spawn stuff on the board, and most of the time they do damaging attacks of some sort.
Oh, and also... when you are being attacked, you have a chance to defend yourself. So at the bottom here, let's say that this sorcerer was attacking my sorceress, then I would be able to roll, because that's an elemental, I would be able to roll 2d +1.
So if I did 3 damage, right, then you would be able to roll 2d +1, which means if she got 2 green plus that +1, that would make 3, and 3 minus 3 is 0.
Yeah. So if it was a spiritual, then I would only get 1 die. Because
So
that's its
yeah,
weakness.
they all have different weaknesses and different die rolls. So that's interesting. Yeah, I didn't mention that. As well as they all have different movements too, which we talked about, which is in the bottom of the board. So there's all the characters are different too, even though some of them are the same. Like 2 shaman might not have the exact same ability as 2 druids, and so on and so forth, right? And all these different characters also do things like, so we talked about the Hydra. This little power thing gives players additional damage while they're standing on it. And these little firestorms make people take damage every time they walk on it. So that is basically the idea of the game. There's tons of different modes to play, but you're trying to basically eliminate the other players. That's the main aspect of the game, is moving around, eliminating players. So on your turn, choose a character, move it, ability, flip over the little turn symbol and a little character symbol, and then pass turn. And you go back and forth. If you only have one character, though, and if I had one and she had 3 characters, she would get 2 additional turns, which is, difficult. So you gotta be careful. Make wise movements.
Then it, kind of turns into luck with your die roll.
Oh yeah, so
Not
you
so
got
much on
there is a little bit of luck, definitely. So what did you think about Incantris?
I liked it. I thought it was really fun.
How about the
Great.
art?
It was actually really nice. They all look different, even though, so like over here, the sorcerer and the sorceress, even though they're both,
Sorceresses.
yeah, they both look different, and it's like a really dark style, which I kind of like.
Yeah,
it
definitely.
Looks nice.
It has that fantasy feel to it, which is really, really nice.
And
I
this
really
is good
enjoy
quality.
that. Yeah.
They're all really nice. Like the background, they're not blank or anything, so I like that too.
Also, these pieces here are double-sided, and you get to have a little bit of liberty as to how you want to make your board.
Mm-hmm.
And there's everything on the board matters. Even the spaces,
water.
the water. If you walk past it, it costs 2 movements per space as opposed to just 1,
Mm-hmm.
which is really cool. All the characters really fleshed out, really nice minis. They all work very well, and I definitely think minis were required for this game. So I think that was a really good choice. This little spell castle here technically will play as though it was the sorcerer or sorceress, and just placed down, and only the purple character gets this one. But they can use this as their character position as opposed to where the character is. Really cool. A lot of different aspects of the game, and I like the fact that you can choose different modes of play. I think it gives it a lot of replayability. So, content-wise, beautiful. Art, loved it. And the movement's fun. So, what about negatives? Do you have any negatives for the game?
I just think that the turns kind of are repetitive a little bit.
You're going back and forth. I mean, you have a certain amount of options. In general, you're only going to have about 9, 10 options, depending on how many characters you have. And if you only have one character, you're limited to 3 options, and you're probably not going to win. You kind of have a sense of knowing if it's pretty much over. But you'll know better next game as to how you should be playing your characters, and every character has its benefits and its complete downfalls. So replayability is great. Like I said, though, there's some simplicity to the game. It's a very, very simple game. And so on that side, it's really, really good because it's really easy to learn and easy to teach. Like, you can teach this game to something in like 5-6 minutes. But the other side, it limits on its complexity, I guess, a little bit. It kind of takes that away from the game a little bit.
It's pretty cutthroat.
Oh yeah, definitely. If you don't like people ganging up on you, that can happen. One of our games, we had her and my sister were attacking me and my buddy, who were already too weak to defend ourselves, and we just couldn't come back. I mean, the die rolls were not working out for us as well. But yeah, wonderful game, wonderful components, everything. I really, really enjoyed it. So if you're interested in checking out Incantris, go ahead and check out the description below for the game. We went through as much as we possibly could talking about the game itself. Because it was a very nice game. We're very happy to get this game. And we'll be playing it quite a bit. This is definitely one of those games where it'll be hitting the table again. And they give you tons. These are all the different pieces for it. We only used probably like 5 of these too. As well as these things,
really
little extra
nice.
stuff. Really nice, yeah. So a very big thank you. And yeah, so Incantris, like I said, 2 to 4 players. This one was by Rain Studios. So go ahead and check them out. Description below. Thanks for watching another Unfiltered Board Game Spotlight. We look forward to seeing you guys later.